Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. Hello. Yes, perfect. So we also wanted to make sure that we have audio, of course. So okay, let's see here. Hello, hello, mic test. Then we go to videos. I made some modifications yesterday, so I'm not sure if this would, you know, user videos. Hello, hello, mic okay, so it's test. Working fine. Now, it's study time. I woke up at around 10, had my breakfast. 10 is not a right way to wake up in the mornings. Should be like at 6 a.m. to start jogging, but I'm still trying to build my discipline here. Anyway, so yesterday we studied about pros post SQL, GraphQL, PostgreSQL, and SQL, and I didn't take the exam yet. I'm going to take it some other day along with the other exams. The next topic that we have right now is bashing. What is bash scripting and what are some advantages to using it? In the previous lessons, you learned about bash and some of the common commands you might use. You know, cd, ls, this type of commands. Now, but bash supports a full scripting language, which you can use to perform more complex automated tasks. Bash scripting involves writing a sequence of bash commands in a file, which you can then execute with bash to run the contents of the file. Let's take a look at this bash script. So, pound, exclamation mark, forward slash, bin, forward slash bash. Enter servers equals open parentheses, quotation, open quotation mark, prod, close quotation mark, space, open quotation mark, dev, close quotation mark, close parentheses. For servers in, quotation mark, dollar sign, curly, open curly parentheses, servers, bar, open bar. What do you call that sign? On the right side of the P, at. Okay. It's kind of like a for server in servers. This is some kind of like a JavaScript where you can. I'm not sure if this is JavaScript language here. But let's continue. That's the code. This script pulls Nginx configuration files from a list of remote servers, which can be useful for backing up those configs into a local repository. Okay. Unix is a popular web server, and you will learn more about working with servers in a future module. Okay. The first line is called shebang, which is quite funny when I read it earlier. Pound and an exclamation point, and tells the system which interpreter should be used to run the script. Common values are user bin bash bin sh. The first line servers equals initiates a list of strings representing the server names. Prod is often used to refer the production site, while dev refers to the development site, which is typically used for testing new features and changes before they are deployed in live production environment. So what this bash is for is kind of pulling um the information from different servers. Okay, and then the list is iterated through with a for loop for the server and servers at syntax expands the list into individual elements. Okay, each element is assigned to server with each iteration. Okay, the do statement indicates the beginning of loop logical block or the code that should run with each iteration. The do statements indicate the beginning of the loop's logical block or the code that should run with each iteration. Echo pooling $sign server interpolates the current value of the server variable, which should which would be prod or dev in this case, and logs it into the terminal. Then rsync is used to pull the actual file from the server and save it locally using more interpolation to manage that command. Oh, okay. It's like pulling server dot this information. Oh no, this is server dot conf done pulling something. It's like pulling something from a server. Then rsync is used to pull the actual file from the server and save it locally using more interpolates to manage that command. Done indicates the end of the loop's logical block. There are a number of significant advantages to understanding and leveraging bash scripting. The first is that nearly every Unix environment comes with bash readily available, which means you can run your script as is without having to configure any language's runtimes like Node.js or Python. The second is that you have to access to all of the binary applications available on the systems with minimal effort. If your system has Doctool installed, your script can execute the binary. A binary is compiled program that the computer runs. When you have bash script, you can execute the binary which will launch the program. Cool. And finally, the syntax you can use for the script is also executable directly to the terminal. This means that testing a small portion of your script becomes much less convoluted. You can copy and paste that portion directly into your terminal and see the results. Okay, so shebang indicates the interpreter should be used for this defines the variables using the script. It marks the beginning of a for loop. I think it's this one. It marks the beginning of a for loop because this is and then this is the for loop. It it's not a comment. It indicates that interpreter should be used for the script. Let's just go with okay. So it says here that shebang tells which system which should be used. Okay, so it's this one. Indicates the interpreter should be used for the script. In the example script that in the example script, what does the line for the server in this server at accomplish? So in that case, it says here syntax expands the list into individual elements. Each element is assigned to server with each iteration. I don't know, hold on. It iterates through each element in the server's array. I'm not sure, we're gonna check later. Which the following is not mentioned as an advantage of bash scripting. You can test portions of the script directly in the terminal. Bash script runs faster than Python or JavaScript. You can, I think it's this one. Ah! Oh my god. I'm right. I don't think it's faster than Python or JavaScript. Yes, you have to code. It says here build 5 programs. It's a workshop. Now, how do we do this? We are going to start this course again. I don't think we. Just gonna go with local setup. Let's try this local setup because I think I already have a code space here. It says automatic pancake 17 hours ago. Okay, how do we do this? Open a terminal, clone the RDB alpha repo if you don't already have it with git clone. And this, let's, what is this? I already have that. Let's pull up Visual Code and let's see. Gonna transfer this here. And then we're gonna, oh, okay, I already have one up. We're gonna close this. Oops. Terminal. Gonna set it up again. Just gonna go ahead and set it up again. Code spaces. How do we set it up again? So it says here, open a terminal and clone. New terminal. Open a terminal and clone RDP if you don't already have it. Copy, paste. Oops, this is not it. I think I should create a different folder for this. CD desktop. How do you make a folder again? mkdir folder. Okay. We are just going to try copy and then we're cloning. And then navigate to RDB alpha. So first we test cd RDB alpha clear and then directory in terminal with open code dot. Okay, so it pulls up a different. Oh, okay. So this is Docker file. This is like the main place on where we can. So it's installing. And then it's the waiting game.